Hello and welcome to Grand Slam Nitro. So far this series we've shown you 10 extraordinarily violent fights. But what's 5 more between friends? Let's check out who's fighting this week. Coming up in tonight's show, the Tag Team Terror continues as Team Drivechain takes on Team Canary. Then the New Blood continues, Phantom, Pesky Bee, Whirlpool and Adrift all battling it out. We have another Mayhem for you as Crikey, Kipper BFB and Cyclone360 all take on each other. Another World Championship qualifier as Team Germany takes on Team Canada, Lucifer versus Lucky. And our main event tonight is a vengeance battle that has been brewing from last year. Chaos 2 takes on Spectre. And so we start tonight with the double trouble of the Tag Team Terror. Tag was always such a good playground game, but these are no children playing in a playground, oh no. Let's meet the robots that will be bashing each other's brains out.
Team Canary, Holistic Hooligan and Thermidor 2.
Seemingly nothing connects these robots for sure, but in fact it does. These two teams originate from Norwich, and so have teamed up to support the Norfolk campaign.
Team Drivechain, Firestorm 6 and Hypershock.
A match made in driving heaven. Hypershock and Firestorm 6, two of the best driven machines in robot combat history. These two should complement each other nicely.
Roboteers, stand by.
3, 2, 1, activate.
We are underway with the first fight of tonight, and it's Hypershock very quick out of the gates, getting underneath Holistic Hooligan's big spinning disc. This machine is a hard hitter, and Hypershock is just sort of tanking them hits. Hypershock coming back, getting spun up and very close to getting Holistic Hooligan out of the arena, but back down onto their wheels, upside down now. Will they be as effective? Probably not. Firestorm have been tagged in and flipping Holistic Hooligan over once and twice. Now upside down once again, Holistic Hooligan trying to attack Firestorm, but to no avail. Thermidor 2 coming out to support and flipping Firestorm, a very good flip. This new Thermidor 2 looking very smart indeed, a nice new paint job and a lovely rebuild, very tough indeed. Another good flip as well. There's more flips, so say the team, and that was a good one. Firestorm are out of the arena. Hypershock coming in, and that's a big hit. There goes Thermidor 2. Well, we're back to exactly where we started. Thermidor 2 out of the arena as well as Firestorm 6. Who'd have thought it? Not me for sure. It's now Holistic Hooligan and Hypershock back in the fray, fighting it out for their two teams, the last spot standing for each of them, and a good back and forth here. A good slam there from Hypershock against the arena sidewall. Very nicely done from the team from Miami, Florida. A nice little jab though from Holistic Hooligan, the Norwich-based team. Worlds apart, I think, Norwich and Miami. One very, very hot, the other very, very rainy. Spinning back up is Holistic Hooligan. Hypershock don't seem to be looking too good, or are they? No, they are looking fine. There was a little jab you saw to one of the wheels, but that seems to have stayed on much better than we've seen it previously. Hypershock getting back underneath and a big slam against the wall as Holistic Hooligan goes sort of spiralling across the arena a little bit. Now Hypershock back in underneath, just being able to get underneath that disc. It is a superb built machine. Holistic Hooligan doesn't really have an answer for Hypershock here. A little jab here and there, but Hypershock are on top for me throughout this fight, have been doing the majority of the control, the damage, the aggression, and if this does end up going to a judge's decision, well, it can only be one-way traffic, I think. Hypershock now coming in for a push onto the arena button. The drum is spinning, you can hear that alarm sounding, and is Hypershock going to be pushing them into that drum, or is Holistic Hooligan going to be able to get away? Well, a few little touches on that drum, but there is no significant damage as Hypershock now comes in for another push towards the sidewall. We're coming up to the end of time in this fight, and it is all over. It will indeed go to the judges. Well done to both teams for remaining in the battle. Well, this was an interesting fight. Definitely a fight of two ooters, nearly three as we saw early on. Firestorm 6 and Thermidor 2, two legends of Robot Wars, really just sort of not performing. Well, I say that Thermidor 2's new flipper was performing very nicely to start with, getting Firestorm out of the arena, but then, of course, Hypershock put pay to them. Back to Hypershock and Holistic Hooligan then. The battle raged on with a few jabs, as we said earlier on, from Holistic Hooligan, but it was really Hypershock who had that control, damage and aggression right the way through this battle. They have an Uta to their name. I think I can see this only going one way. And I've got the judge's decision in. Of course, based on damage control and aggression, it has gone to Team Drivechain. Yes, Hypershock and Firestorm 6 will go through. Hypershock really carrying them in that match. And unlucky to Team Canary, who go out. Now, these new bloods, they think they're better than all the rest, do they? They think they've got it all. They're wearing the big trousers. We'll see. It's time for some more new blood. Four more newbie teams enter the arena. What were you thinking? Well, it's time to test your mettle. Let's see what you're made of.
From Bognor Regis, Whirlpool.
Wet, wet, wet. This robot is a vertical spinner from the hometown of Butlins, Bognor Regis. The sturdy rear wedge is there to deflect the spinners.
From Leatherhead, Pesky B.
Buzzing around my head and the robots in the arena as well, this compact design features no Shreemech and is very lightweight, but that big bar spinner could cause some damage.
From Bolton, Adrift.
Similar to Pulse, the middleweight, this rubber drum is designed to flip the robots with friction rather than to bite into them. But how will they do with exposed wheels?
From Bury St Edmunds, Phantom.
Is that a ghost in the arena? No, it's Phantom. Shredding Flywheel is the name of that weapon, very destructive, but it is immobile if it's put on its side.
Roboteers, stand by.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
The two big verts getting up to speeding and a big hit there on Pesky B. Oh, look out. Buzzing around the arena, perhaps, maybe not. 3 verts and a horizontal. What on earth will happen here? You can see that Whirlpool is using that rear wedge to good use, deflecting the blows of Pesky B. Meanwhile, Phantom taking some hits, some chunks out of, dear me, poor Drift. The entire back has just gone. And that, I think, is it dead. It is sat still in the arena. Nothing can be done about that. Well, Adrift, I think you might need to redesign that bit of your robot. Or at the very least, put it back together. Meanwhile, the battle continues. A weapon-to-weapon hit between Whirlpool and Phantom there. The two blades collide like the clash of swords that are spinning very, very fast. And Whirlpool's over as well. And I don't think they can solve right. I think they may well be done as well, which just leaves Phantom and Pesky B. And you've got to think, if you're Pesky B at this point, what on earth are you going to do? This big vertical spinner has just killed 2 other robots in the arena, and am I next? Yes, you are, Pesky B, yes, you are. You better run, you're upside down, that's not a good place to be, because Phantom's coming in for a big hit there. A huge hit, we'll see that one again in super slow motion, look at that. Really connected, threw it across the arena, nearly out of the arena in fact, but now up the right way. Is there any life in Pesky B? I'm not sure. Oh, there is! Pesky B continues to move and continues to spin. Well done. That's some excellent build, some craftsmanship there to withstand the big hits that Phantom is dishing out in this fight. Pesky B, you buzz along, okay? Stay safe, please. Please, I love it so much. God, Phantom, go easy on this poor little bee. This is possibly animal cruelty on YouTube. I'm not sure. Are bees animals? This is a conversation for some people in high places to have. I'm not sure I'm qualified. Meanwhile, Pesky B spinning once again. It's not really doing much. Phantom also spinning. Can't really hit Pesky B all that well. It's very, very low to the ground, and that does not suit Phantom at all well. Now coming in, trying to get another hit, but doesn't manage it. Phantom, that spinner just too high, and Pesky B's spinner not really doing a lot, let's be honest. Sting him or something. I don't know. Just try anything. Pesky B, is being pushed now by Phantom. Pushing back Phantom. There you go, Pesky B. That's what we're talking about. Trying to spin that weapon up when it's right next to it. It's not going to work. You need space for that. But Phantom is pushing back, and on the floor flipper flipped, but landing well. Pesky B right side up and still very much in this fight. There goes Phantom, smacking it once more, and again, this is getting very close to going out of the arena. Are they going to get rid of them? No. What are Phantom doing here? The spinner is off. They're pushing Pesky B free, and that's Cease. I think they realised that Cease was going to be called very soon, and Pesky B gets to a decision against Phantom. Well, Phantom, I think, has probably won this on damage. I think it's probably won it on control. I think it's probably won it on all three categories, aggression being the third of those. Pesky B, though, well done to them for staying in the fight, and well done to Phantom for showing some excellent sportsmanship at the end of the fight to get them back down, to drive back into the middle of the arena. Wasn't that nice to see? But yes, I think Phantom has really quite dominated this battle, dispatched of two robots, and just bullied Pesky B around right the way to the end of the match. I think this is clear cut, but we're going to get the result from the judges anyway. And the results from the judges are in, once again, damage, control and aggression. And it goes to Phantom. Well done to that team. Unfortunate Pesky B, but probably the correct decision. Now, after that, crazy battle. Who'd want even more carnage? Oh, you would? Well, let's unleash Mayhem! More Mayhem on the way as three new competitors take on each other for a spot in the Annihilator. Let's meet the teams.
From Burton-on-Trent, Cyclone360.
Harking from Team Ripper, Cyclone360 is a 360-degree body spinner. It's a small and compact design, but that does weaken its effectiveness.
From Maidstone, Crikey.
The channel-hopping front hinge flipper returns to the Grand Slam, this time with a fast and powerful weapon. Hang on, who wrote this?
From Bexley, Kipper, back for breakfast.
Rebuilt since the last time we saw them in Grand Slam Series 2, now with improved armour, but an even larger surface area. Might they have an ace up their sleeve?
Roboteers, stand by.
3, 2, 1, activate.
A green light for go, and we are off in this next Mayhem battle, and it's Crikey and Kipper who are going at each other. A good flip there from Crikey on Kipper, who is turned over, now bullying that 360-degree body spinner of Cyclone360 into a corner where they cannot get spun up. It is a big weakness of the 360-degree spinners that they need space to spin up. We've seen it before, we're seeing it again now, and Kipper is built to dominate this kind of machine and is doing so very, very nicely. Meanwhile, Crikey sat still in the arena, just kind of letting the other two fight it out. It's an interesting tactic for sure. Now getting involved in the action, trying to flip Cyclone360, but not quite managing it. Getting spun back up, and a good hit to the front of Crikey there. Kipper now pushing the arena button press, and it is the drum that is spinning. A good attack there from Kipper, and another Cyclone360 on the floor flipper, but lands well and getting spun straight back up to speed. Excellent control from the full body spinner. Crikey now taking a look at that arena button. It's the pit that is open, kind of, and Crikey have opened the pit for the first time in Grand Slam Nitro, which is something interesting. I just thought you ought to know. Now getting spun back up is Cyclone360. Kipper, meanwhile, stuck on the arena sidewall. Can they get down from there? They can do when pushed by Crikey, who tries a flip. Kipper just sort of drives off the back of them. Crikey not overly successful in doing much in this fight. It's very much been Kipper all the way through this, and Cyclone360 has felt it, although Crikey is managing to get underneath Kipper at every turn. Kipper just can't do anything to Crikey. Very close to the pit now. Crikey trying to flip Kipper over, but not quite managing it. Getting driven off of the back of that flipper once more. They've done it once. Why not do it again? A big hit there from Cyclone360. Now being pushed by Kipper. Bullied around and near the pit. An excellent push there from Kipper. Back for breakfast. And Crikey now getting in underneath Kipper. No time to celebrate in this battle, none at all, because it's Crikey who'll be doing the celebrating. Kipper down the pit, Cyclone360 gone as well, and it's Crikey who's going into the Annihilator. Cease called. What an advantage taker. Crikey there, showing everyone it can stay in the arena, and it can sometimes do well. Well done, they go through to the Annihilator, and unlucky to Kipper back for breakfast, and of course Cyclone360 who go out. They will join the wonderful Weird Malice and Bulldog Breed in that Annihilator in a few episodes' time, but until then we shall wait and see who else shall join them. Now, we must move to matters of the world. It's time for another World Championship qualifier. Oh yeah! The world is at war once again in the arena, this time round. And let's meet our two teams of combatants.
Representing Canada, Lucky.
The Canadian 4-bar flipper is back, last defeated in the Grand Slam by front-end flipper Firestorm. Will luck be on their side this time around? We'll wait and see.
Representing Germany, Lucifer.
The devil went down to the arena, he was looking for a soul to steal. Lucifer, the German flipper lifter robot, is back, and they're hoping to improve their reliability.
Roboteers, stand by.
3, 2, 1, activate.
And we're off with another international clash, and it's Lucifer who gets in underneath Lucky, just turning him on their back. Lucky has to self-right. It's a very simple strategy from Lucifer. Wasting some of that gas inside Lucky and wasting some more there. Failing to flip Lucifer over is Lucky, and I'm struggling to keep up with all of the L's in this fight. And a good flip there though from Lucky on Lucifer, who is invertible, can drive upside down, can self-right as well. You're seeing that flipper lifter combo come into play, but Lucky manages to flip them once more. Getting back overturned now is Lucifer. It's a very complicated system, but a very cool one all the same, managing to get once again underneath Lucky and flip them over, and now Lucky will need to try and self-right. And we've seen in the past that they've had problems with this. Oh yes, they really don't like being on their backs. They've managed to do it this time though. Lucifer now coming in with another push, pushing them onto their backs again. Managed to do it, you know you can do it. Why not continue to do it? Exploit the ground clearance and try and get Lucky out of the arena? No. Lucky away, flipping, but not self-righting just yet, and pushed onto their side, and that's probably the worst position for Lucky. Now picked up. That's very good to see from Lucifer, who flips, tries to get them out to the other side of the arena. Well, 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 Lucifer. This is rather the dark horse. Lucky I expected to do reasonably well in this fight, but Lucifer, the German devil on the flame pit itself, manages to get him out of the arena with the lifter. An amazing performance there from Lucifer. Did it on the flame pit of all things. The devil is here to stay. Well done to Lucifer. The Germans go through. In a bit of an upset, Germany there taking down Canada. Well done to the Lucifer team, who will be partying hard tonight. I can tell you that much. Now, it is time to move on to our main event. And for that, we're going to take you down a trip down memory lane. Will a score be settled tonight? Well, this is where that score comes from. A match between Spectre and Chaos 2 from the Grand Slam Contest of Champions Special. A chance for all of the champions to compete in the Ultimate Tournament to see who is the Ultimate Champion. We saw Spectre get smashed to blithereens, Chaos 2 get dominated around the arena by a half-dead Spectre, and the fight going to the judges. Only for it to go one way. Spectre taking the title. Chaos 2 feel a bit cheated by that. The damage was significant, but the judges say surely it's final. Well, no longer, because it's vengeance time. And these two bots are going to be brawling. Two robots in the arena, 3 championships between them, but only one can get vengeance. Let's meet the teams.
From Ipswich, Chaos 2.
The 2 times Robot Wars champions Chaos 2 return to the arena with their tougher chassis but limited CO2 supply and exposed wheels.
From Birmingham, Spectre.
Creators of the modern Robot Wars house robots and this beast Spectre. We saw last time that its crushing speed was a strength, but will its self-righting come back to bite them?
Roboteers, stand by.
3, 2, 1, activate.
And so we're off, and it's Chaos 2 is already in underneath Spectre, not letting up in the slightest, and it's Spectre who has to self-right early on. Chaos 2 getting straight back underneath them, not even giving them the chance to get back over. Now flipping them in the corner is Chaos 2, and this is excellent aggression from George Francis straight out of the gates. Spectre turning to face Chaos 2, now getting a grip, biting into that chassis and smashing them into the drum. The drum, however, not yet spinning. Will we see it later on? We'll have to wait and see. Spectre now coming about, but Chaos 2 getting round behind them. And now it's Spectre who's behind Chaos 2, biting into that clear panel. It is plastic, that panel, and Spectre getting right through it, but not grabbing anything important, or seemingly not anyway. Now trying to get a bite on the front end of Chaos 2, dropping them. Interesting. Managing to get hold the first time, but not the second. Spectre, maybe not quite the bot we saw last time, or is it? Chaos 2 most certainly is, flipping Spectre back over once again and coming away. Spectre trying to find the angle on Chaos 2. Chaos 2 not giving it to them. I think there's some damage on Spectre as well. That side panel seems to be missing. That is interesting. When did that come off? I'm not sure. Another good flip from Chaos 2, but straight away is Chaos 2 and Spectre. Now, Spectre coming in for a bite on Chaos 2, getting into the internal guts, and that is very gory. A bite down and away. Chaos 2 now back underneath Spectre, and another flip. Chaos 2 managing to flip Spectre lots, but Spectre manages to land well quite a lot. Pushed and smacked into that top outer zone, but still in the arena, both of these machines. This is a very fast and frenetic fight. I'm struggling to keep up, if I'm perfectly honest. The arena button has been pressed. The drum is now spinning at full pace, and Spectre loves to use that spinning drum. We saw it in King of Bots, we saw it previously in the Grand Slam, and now will we see it again? Chaos 2 had the chance, got underneath but didn't flip, mistimes that one. They're going to be wasting that CO2, but they've managed to make the most of it so far in this fight. Spectre now getting a good grip and a big hit into the drum, and I think that did damage to the drum actually, more so than it did to Chaos 2. Yes, you can see lifting up was the drum there. Somebody's going to have to go in and repair that. That is reasonably dangerous. Now trying to get a push and a shove on Chaos 2 is Spectre, coming about once again, managing to get the angle. Chaos 2 had the first half of this match, but it's Spectre who has been dominating the second. That is for sure. Pushing them into a sidewall once again is Spectre to Chaos 2, and trying to get a good bite. Not successful there. Pushing once again towards the back. CPZ, no house robots in this series. Flipped! Caught! In the floor flipper, we're seeing it again. Pushed, and the floor flipper goes off, and it's Chaos 2 is stuck there. Are they going to call for C's? I'm not sure there's time. The fight is nearly over, and I think it's going to go to the judges. It is indeed going to the judges. Well, well, well. Well, a controversial end to the fight. Realistically, I think the C should have been called and the fight resumed, but there wasn't really enough time on the clock for that to really be a thing. So we are going to a judge's decision all the same. And Chaos 2, as I said, got lots of flips in, but Spectre managed to come back strong later in the match. This is definitely going to be a tough one for the judges to call. Plenty of aggression, plenty of control from Chaos 2, plenty of control and plenty of damage from Spectre. Though saying that, I forgot about that side panel. You're seeing it is definitely missing from the side of Spectre. The judges have their work cut out for them this time. This is a very tough one. Our third judge's decision of the evening is coming in, and the winner is Chaos 2. They get their vengeance on Spectre. Well done to the Chaos 2 team, George Francis. Elated, I'm sure. And that is how we're going to end tonight's episode. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like, do subscribe to the channel, and be sure to check out more Grand Slam Nitro next week. Until then, bye-bye.